What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the This Just In podcast, episode number 9. As always, I'm Justin, joined here with Jared. Jared, how are we doing today?
Pretty good It's during finals week. You can only keep that much energy as possible, I guess. Getting
Tough
through
week.
it though.
Tough week for us all, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And we are back with another special guest here. Today we have my fellow Cincinnati Bearcat, Chase. Chase, how are you feeling today?
Man, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. Just, ready to talk about some stuff, I'm excited to be on here.
Chase, you wanna give a little intro, kind of who are you, what kind of stuff do you do, all that?
Well, who am I? I'm still trying to figure that out. But, from Springfield, Ohio, played a little bit of college basketball. My first 2 years in college. Now I'm a junior. Me and Justin are good friends now down at the University of Cincinnati. Trying to be a play-by-play sports broadcaster. We run our little radio show and everything. Just doing a lot down there, with Bearcast Media and trying to, get our names out there and really just have fun with people that share the same interest. And, that's pretty much what I do, junior in college, just, trying to enjoy life as I can at the moment.
Hey, that's the best thing you can do, just enjoying life.
Got that right.
Well, this next segment might make you not enjoy life because the blind ranking segment is our always special guest segment. Well, we do it every episode. Well, we like to put our special guests on the spot. So me and Jared have both prepared a blind ranking topic for you to do. Are you familiar with how blind ranks work?
I mean, not exactly, but pretty much. I mean, just refresh me a little bit. I just got out of coaching a middle school game, and I need a little refresher right now.
We'll give a quick little rundown. So we give you a topic. You rank the 5 things that we give you, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, without knowing what's coming next, and you can't change it once you've slotted into a spot. So
Okay, I feel you.
With maybe the worst pick at number 1 because you saved it for last.
Got you. Okay.
Stuff like that. So, Jared, I'm assuming I already know what your topic is about. You do it every time, but you want to start?
It is not what you think it's gonna be.
Went away
about.
from food?
I did last time, but I got you with the blind ranking rare sporting events or accomplishments, not really events.
All right.
So, for my first one, I got a 70-point game in the NBA.
A 70-point game in the NBA. Ooh. Well, it hasn't happened a whole lot. I'm gonna put that at 2. Stick it at 2.
Okay.
Go with that.
I feel that.
Next, I got a perfect game. Pitching a perfect game.
Perfect game. Shit. I'm just trying to think of what else would even be on here. I'm gonna go 3 with that, but that's a tough thing to do, man. Perfect game though.
Those almost never happen.
Throw it at 3. I don't care. I want to hear something crazier.
Next, I got a hat trick specifically in soccer. I feel like it's more harder to do in
4.
soccer than hockey.
4. I might sound crazy, but 4.
Okay. Next, I got hitting for the cycle.
1. That's rough. That is tough.
It is.
I mean,
so
That is tough.
we left the 5.
Left to
right?
5.
So in your 5, you got a perfect passer rating in the NFL in the game.
Well, that's my 5. That's rough. Well,
That does. I feel like that does happen more often.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
definitely harder to rank those because they're all really difficult to do, and it's
That's true.
kind of hard to gauge.
And a lot
But
of
that's not a bad list.
exactly. A lot of teams, like a lot of players have obviously been really close to it and stuff like that. So I think, it is tough to get a perfect passer rating, but I mean, you could find yourself in the 150 if you're just being efficient and everything, and that's the job of a quarterback, be efficient. So if you're doing that, you should be in the 130s at that rate. So we'll stick with that at 5. I don't know.
I feel like a perfect game might be the hardest, to be honest.
Yeah, it probably is, but I mean, hitting for the cycle. Think about a Bartolo Colon try to hit for the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like if you try to get the second base, try to get the triple like that. But I feel you though. I feel you. Like I think I put myself in a bad spot when I put the perfect game at 3. I'm like, it's rough. But that was a good one though. That was a good 5 right there.
That
made me think.
All right. Well, I moved away from sports here since we're all in our finals week. We got 5 moments that happened during finals week to rank, right?
Oh boy.
First one is that aha moment you have where you're studying and it finally clicks that you understand what the heck is going on.
You're talking about if that's the, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That I think might be the best. I'm not gonna lie. That might actually be the best.
First one at one.
Honestly. I mean, I'm in it right now, like with projects. I'm literally in a, just in a dud right now. And I think I hit that aha moment earlier. And I was like, man, just get me through this basketball game so I can go back here, come on the show, afterwards, work on this project. I'm good. But I'm putting it at 1 just because it's recency bias. You feel me?
No, I can see that. I can see that. This one should not probably be very high. It's what I have tomorrow, an 8 a.m. final.
I'll say 4. I'll say 4. I had an 8 a.m. today. I mean, 8 a.m. on a Monday is rough, but I'll say 4 though. It just depends if you're a morning person or can tolerate any of that stuff. So I'll say 4. There could be worse.
Next we got here, that feeling you're walking out of your last final. You're done. You did it.
Well, I'd say 2 at that moment now. I mean, obviously, probably want to flip that, but I'd say 2. 1, getting it and knowing that you're going to, probably do well on it. 2, the feeling of, all right. So I'll rock with that. I'll rock with the 1, 2 like that.
I think you're doing a good job on this list. Obviously, I know what's coming next, but
of course.
Next we have walking out of a final that you're not confident on.
It's gonna be me tomorrow.
Hey man, been there, done that. There's been a couple of those where it's like I've had a pretty good grade in that class and I just didn't really care. But like, shoot, I guess all things work out in the end. Give me a 3. I don't know what you're gonna have at 5. So
right, leaving your number 5. This is staying up late. I'm talking hella late, like the 3 a.m.s, the 4 a.m.s.
Dude, screw that. That's 5, dude. 5 for sure. I literally pride myself going to bed, getting in bed around 11:15. So I mean, and I tell myself, man, I'm gonna stay up till 1, 2 in the morning to get all this work done. Man, I'm snoring by 2. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's 5 for me.
I think you nailed that list. To be honest,
that's a great list.
I think that might be.
I'm very surprised.
The best blind rank performances we've had so far.
Probably.
Both of y'all's, both of you guys' questions, those are tough ones to think about. But man, I mean, those are the real questions that you should be asking people around our age, man. I like the segment though.
All right, well, we're going here. We're moving on to the NBA. We haven't talked too much about the NBA in a while, honestly, since we had Jared, your brother, on the podcast as a guest. It was the last time we really deep dove into the NBA. So we're going to be going. We each have our top 5 NBA teams. We're just going to go through. We'll start with our 5. Everyone goes and then move up the list. So, right. Jared, you want to start? Who's your 5th best NBA team at the moment?
5th best team I got right now is the Orlando Magic. I would have liked to put them higher if they were more competitive towards the end of the year last year. And I just don't know how much I can give credit to them so early in the season. But I like what they're doing over there. But I just think they're going to have a little bit of drop-off once they hit like near the All-Star break or maybe after that. But they're playing some good basketball right now, and I got to give them credit for that.
Chase, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Thunder at the moment. They are a very young basketball team. A lot of talent on that team with Shea. You got Chet Holmgren. You got, both Jalen Williams. You got Dort. I mean, this is a very, very talented young roster that they have on their hands. I'm not going to necessarily try to jump the gun on them right now. I know they're second in the West, and it's early on in the season, but they have a lot of promise, and I think they could be consistently at this 5 spot if they're able to just keep growing as a team and going through some adversity later on in the season.
I like those picks. I have both of those later in my top 5. At number 5, Jared, I already know what you're going to say about this one. I do have my 76ers in at number 5.
Okay. I'm not shocked about that. I was considering them for 5.
The 4th best offensive.
Same here.
Top 5 in both steals and blocks. And Maxi's become a superstar. That Harden trade is giving you so many 3-and-D switchable wings that is something the team hasn't had in a long time. And Nick Nurse is getting Embiid to pass and play team ball. It's another level for the Sixers team we haven't seen in a long time. And Patrick Beverley, plays like Michael Jordan against the Boston Celtics.
Hey, man, that was really unexpected. Hey, Maxey, though, a bucket. Maxey's a straight bucket. I love watching him play.
Jared knows Maxey destroys the Cavs every time.
He does, and it's so annoying.
Oh man.
All right, moving on to 4. Jared, who you got?
Number 4, I got Minnesota. It's kind of going to be a little bit the same thing for the Magic. They took a step up during the play-in last year, and which was good to see. And now I think they're finally putting it together. They got that big three, and they're playing good basketball. But I think there's more experienced teams, especially in the West, which that being kind of a bloodbath of a conference. I think they're gonna. I don't know if they'll keep the 1 seed, but I just think there's going to be more experienced teams out there that are going to take that from them when it gets to crunch time at the end of the year.
I like that. I like that. Chase, what are you thinking at 4?
I'll take Jared's 5 and put it at 4 for me. I'll take the Orlando Magic. You would think that normally, you would want to switch the Thunder or the Magic around. They're both pretty young teams at this rate. Paolo Banchero, man, I mean, the dude is something special. They got a young group as well, with them sitting at, as well as number 2 in the Eastern Conference, pretty big. I just don't know, how if they're going to be able to hold on throughout the rest of the season. But, again, a young team with a lot of promise. I just, for me personally, like, Shea's a really good player for the Thunder, and Shea's a quiet 32 a night. But, if you got Paolo Banchero as, 6'9", 6'10", doing what he's doing and just being that, versatile of a player, I mean, it's a pretty scary thing, especially being, the face of the Magic.
Yeah, Chase, I'm actually going to take your number 5 and put it at my number 4, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
I think that they're just taking that next step. Now you've got the young core, they're building together. You mentioned the guys, Shea, Chet, Dort, J-Dub. Chet is one of 3 current 50, 40, 90 players in the league. I mean, he's come out and just dominated. Obviously, we know what Shea's about. The defense is there. I just think that they have what it takes. Maybe they need some more pieces on the bench, some veteran presence there to help their young guys grow. But they're really starting to build, and not even building because they're here now and competing right now.
I like it.
I have them at my 4. Jared, who is your 3?
Number 3, I got the Milwaukee Bucks. I think that the Dame trade has really kind of it's brought a little bit of a kind of weird sense to Milwaukee now that they lost Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday was just such a Milwaukee type of guy and kind of built that hustle that kind of complemented that team a lot. But at the end of the day, they needed a little bit more offense out of that guard position. And to pair Damian Lillard up with Giannis, they're adjusting to it as much as they can, and I think they'll really take their stride near the All-Star break and start to break off into the 1-2 conversation.
Yeah, I like that. I don't mind that. Chase, you're number 3?
I agree with Jared on this one, man. I mean, Milwaukee, once they get this thing really figured out with Dame and Giannis, man, I would love to see a lot of pick and rolls action and everything with those two. I mean, they've obviously been doing that a little bit. I haven't really had a chance to watch the NBA a ton this year, but there also hasn't been a ton of ball that's been played. But, Giannis averaging nearly 30 points a game, Dame averaging 25 points a game. If those guys are just able to keep it fresh, going into the playoffs this year later on, they're going to be a tough out with the, that 1-2 punch. And then you got guys like Bobby Portis is averaging 11 points a game, Malik Beasley, the same thing. And then Chris Middleton, I mean, he's taking a step back, but if Chris Middleton could be an emerging 3 for them going forward, I mean, it's going to be a tough out for Milwaukee, in the playoffs for sure.
You guys both with Milwaukee at your 3. I have the Orlando Magic. We've talked about the Magic already quite a bit, so I'll go quicker on them. But first, just shout out to Jalen Suggs because he's finally started to come into his own as a role player for that Magic team. One of the best perimeter defenders in the league so far this year. Also got that 3-point percentage up to 37%. And the Magic also lead the league in points generated off of defense, meaning they're getting turnovers, forcing the other team to turn the ball over and taking points pretty much away from the team, giving them to their side. I mean, that's just a hounding, young, hungry defense, and they're playing great ball right now. All right, here, Jared, second best team in the league. Who is it for you?
Second best team in the league. I got the Denver Nuggets. They got that core 6 over there with hopefully when Jamal Murray comes back more and gets that stride with Jokic going again this year. But I think we've seen a lot of guys like step up more, like Reggie Jackson averaging 14 a game when Jamal Murray went down. That's what you need, and keeping that Jokic triple double basically every night it's just so hard to stop that team when everybody's just playing well and then Jokic just doing his thing. They're going to be a really hard team to stop again. And I just don't see a team really coming close to stopping them. But I just can't put them in the one right now because there's just another team playing better basketball.
Chase, what are you? Your second best team in the league.
Looks as though me and Jared are going to agree on this top three, though. I mean, I think, the Denver Nuggets, again, when Nikola Jokic is on the court, man, it is going to be a rough time for opposing defenses, to be able to slow down this Denver offense. Michael Porter Jr., you got Jamal Murray when he's healthy. Reggie Jackson, like Jared just mentioned, coming in and averaging some, like 14, 15 off the bench has been pretty big. Aaron Gordon, you get him around and going. They just got a really big lineup. They're very versatile. They're a tough. I mean, obviously they're the defending champions and everything, but when the Denver Nuggets get in their groove, they're a hard team to stop. I would have liked to put them at 1, but I mean, I think we know who we're gonna put at 1. I don't know about you, Justin, though, because you a man full of hot takes. So I'm interested to see what you got.
Jared knows. I already told him some of my list before we started. He knows I left off 2 big teams. So. Mm-hmm. But for me, I also agree with you guys. Denver at the number 2. They're second in field goal percentage right now, and I think that's largely in part to the way they run their offense through Jokic. With the passing that he provides, you're just always getting high percentage shots. That kind of is what puts them past the other teams. You don't have to take those contested shots. You get the more open looks, higher percentage. You're going to make them more often. I did kind of want a jump from some of the guys that helped them make the finals, specifically Christian Brown is not taking that jump that I wanted for him to take. Zeke Naji, he's jumped up a little bit, but I wanted a little bit more out of these young guys that the Nuggets are expecting to come in and help. DeAndre Jordan has, for some reason, played really good this year, so they're just kind of getting production from the older vets on the roster as well. But yeah, they're obviously the reigning champions. They're just a great basketball team. So that leaves us now. Best team in the league. Pretty sure I know who you guys have, but Jared, you want to spill the beans for us?
I will. Justin, not gonna be happy about this, but I got the Boston Celtics as the current number 1 team. They got a big 3, averaging all 3 of them almost averaging 20. That's just unbelievable if you really think about it, because if you just stop one, you got to stop 2 other guys. And there's not really that many complete teams in the NBA. And as long as they just keep doing what they're doing, they're going to ride that ship towards probably competing for the 1 seed. I just don't see a world where they fall off like that.
Jace, your number 1 team in the league?
Yeah, I got to rock with the Celtics. I mean, Jason Tatum doing his thing, as always, 27 a game. Jaylen Brown, he's still getting $300 million for being a right-handed dribbler, but that's here nor there. He's still a great basketball player. Kristaps Porzingis, 19 points a game. When he's playing with confidence, it is tough to stop that guy being at 7'3", 7 foot, whatever height he is. He's 7 foot, whatever. But a big thing about this is Derek White, though. I mean, it's coming 14 points a game, 5 assists. You can see in basketball history that, guys with shaved heads over the age of 30 just been balling. Michael Jordan with the shaved head. You got, Kobe, Alex Caruso, even though he's not 30. But, you've seen it, though. Like, I really think Derek White has just kind of got better with age, which is a crazy thing to say, but he's been a pretty intricate part, of this team. And then obviously you got Drew Holiday and Sam Hauser, have played pretty big roles. I think the Celtics are just a deep team. I think they have a lot of balance at all their positions on the court, and they have a lot of depth, which is going to propel them, potentially to that 1 seed going forward.
Yeah, before I reveal who my number 1 is, I want to explain why I left Boston off my list.
Okay.
Because as much as I am a fan of the 76ers, I'm also heavily critical of the Sixers. And when you almost lose to a team that does not have Embiid or Maxey and is running Nick Batum and Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup, they did not look at all impressive to me. In that, I mean, I know it's 1 game sample size, but come on, Patrick Beverley and Nick Batum, like you can't. Nick Batum, I mean, come on.
Nick Batum stays catching strays, man. He catches a lot of strays for just being there and existing.
Why are you playing in the 4th, man? But I cannot put them at that top spot. So I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have wins over both your guys' 1 and 2 teams, Denver and Boston. They have the number one defense in the NBA. Anthony Edwards is playing amazing ball. He's finally playing defense. Cat and Gobert are starting to work out. Gobert is starting to look like his former defensive player of the year self. Obviously, you have other great defenders on that team like Jaden McDaniels. Naz Reid is looking like a sixth man of the year right now. I mean, they're just playing great ball. I like what the Timberwolves are bringing right now. They're my top team in the league. I think we all had good lists, though. I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think Boston probably does slot in on my 6. But I want to see them play the Sixers when both teams are fully healthy and Tatum doesn't get ejected in the 3rd. I want to see them full strength go at each other.
Fair enough.
We'll move on here. We're going to talk about the NFL real quick. Chase, I know you're more kind of in the realm of the NFL. So we'll go through this a little quick, but Zach Wilson has had some stuff happen today between him and his head coach, Robert Saleh. Report coming out that the Jets want to go back to Wilson as the starter, but Wilson kind of reluctant to play. And then really later reports came out saying Saleh said that Wilson wouldn't be on the team if that was the case. Chase, what are your thoughts on this whole Robert Saleh, Zach Wilson stuff going on?
Man, you already know. If you're in New York, man, the microscope is not a microscope; it's a telescope, man. Everybody, all the eyes are on you in New York. And if I'm Zach Wilson, if I have any type of confidence, you got to go out there and you got to try to play. If that's the case, if they've approached you and you want to come back in there and play, because you could be playing for another job next year, and potentially. As crazy as it sounds, competing somewhere else and trying to be the starter on another team. But, in this scenario, I mean, Zach Wilson's got to put whatever pride left he has aside and just go out there and try to ball out and just let it rip, man. Like, quit playing so timid. You got Garrett Wilson on the outside. I know Alan Lazard's been hurt the last couple of weeks, but they got a couple guys out there. He's like, man, just let it rip. Like, stop playing timid or scared or anything like that. Just, take the opportunity that you've been given once again and try to run with it.
Yeah, I like that. Jared, I'm actually going to go before you for once. This normally never happens, but I have some thoughts on the Zach Wilson stuff. Well, for one, I feel like if you're Zach Wilson, I agree with you, Chase. He does need to play. He's got a point to prove. But I also understand the reluctance here because he did play better this year than he has in past years, and they still went away from him. They still showed that they don't believe in him. And I feel like there is some kind of lost trust between him and Robert Saleh. I don't feel like Robert Saleh is doing Zach Wilson justice right now, considering even Aaron Rodgers wanted Zach Wilson to be the guy. I mean, I'd understand why Zach Wilson's hesitant because Saleh hasn't done you any favors. And he has improved his mental attitude from his rookie year back when he used to blame his teammates to now being one of the most humble guys in the league throughout his interviews that we've seen. I mean, I think this boils down to much more him not wanting to fail his teammates again, more like rather than him just not wanting to play. But I feel like the Jets have kind of let Wilson down this year. I would love to see him get back out there and prove the rest of the league and that, head coaching, that staff wrong. And I think he will end up playing. Right. Yeah. But we kind of have to see, does this stick in Zach Wilson's mind and affect his play?
I feel it. And before Jared goes, I just wanted to add, I understand from the mental aspect that, when your coach kind of gives up on you and everything, it's a tough thing to come back to. But, again, he doesn't want to fail his teammates. But it feels like, he would be failing his teammates if he didn't want to step out there again and try his best and just go out there and try to ball. So, there's obviously two sides of the coin that you could look at it, and I understand both sides of it. So, it's going to be interesting to see. I also agree. I think he'll end up playing, but, especially at first glance, it is a topic of discussion, to say the least.
Jared, your thoughts on this whole situation?
I'm gonna agree with both of you guys. I think Wilson needs to play. At the end of the day, I think he needs to show flashes to attract other teams, because Rodgers is gonna come back and he has to accept that he's not gonna outstart Aaron Rodgers no matter how good he plays. And if he can get an opportunity somewhere else, he needs to show that now, because he's not gonna get many more opportunities in New York, and he's just gotta take control of that and control his own destiny.
Yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. Chase, I know you said you had somewhere to get to, right?
That somewhere is to watch the Bengals lose a football game.
That is fair. Chase, you're our Bengals fan. We haven't mentioned that on this specific podcast, but it's a rough year for the Bengals.
Yeah, it's roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. The AFC North in general.
Before you go off to watch that game, I do want to thank you for coming on the show.
And thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. Before we leave, guys, if you have liked what Chase has brought, he does do some of his own stuff. You want to tell the guys where they can find you?
Yeah, man. You guys can find me. It's called the Cut to the Chase Sports Podcast. You guys can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, really anywhere at that rate. But if y'all want, just like, subscribe, do whatever you want. But man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. This was definitely fun. Wish I could stay a little longer, but it was definitely fun.
Of course. Thanks for coming on. Like you said, go follow him. Does great work, and maybe we'll have you another time in the future.
Yes, sir. I got to return the favor to y'all for sure.
Of course, we'll go enjoy that game. Hopefully the turnout is good for the Bengals.
Hopefully so. We'll see what happens, man. But y'all take care, man. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jared. Now we have a list from one of ESPN's guys, Tom Van Haren. However you say his last name, I don't care. Top 10 transfer quarterbacks, or guys who have entered the transfer portal already this year who will play the quarterback position. Transfer portal officially opened today as of filming, and it's already going crazy, right?
It is.
So we have our guys. We'll start here at number 10. He lists Tyler Van Dyke, TVD.
Okay.
Former Miami quarterback, had a lot of first-round hype a few years back, has not lived up to that.
Yes, not.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, he's kind of a hit or miss, boom or bust.
Yeah.
Maybe he plays good, maybe he doesn't.
Just got to find the right college, I guess. Where he can maximize his potential.
Ain't much to say about him. His hype has died off. Number 9 is Tyler Show, former Texas Tech quarterback. He lost his job halfway through the year. Also former Oregon quarterback. He shouldn't even be in the top 10. There's better guys.
Yeah.
There's better guys. Now we're going to guy you're probably familiar with. Number 8, Kyle McCord, entered today.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy to me.
He's good though.
But he's closer to being Michigan than any of the quarterbacks in recent history. But I'm not going to kind of go in that direction because CJ Stroud has played great in the NFL.
Yeah, it was just CJ Stroud. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think McCord's all that, but I think 8 is a fine.
I just don't know where he finds a spot, I guess.
I don't know. I just hope he doesn't come to Cincinnati. I'll take somebody else.
Better than NSM,
I'll take this guy.
Whatever.
Number 7, Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina.
I guess
he had a lot of hype some years back.
He did.
But he's been
that Coastal Carolina team was. Yeah, the Coastal Carolina fall off kind of needs to be studied.
I expect him to maybe be Auburn. He was eyeing Auburn last year when he was in the portal, and then he went back to Coastal because he didn't have the credits to transfer to Auburn. He should have the credits now, so I'm expecting great call as a grad transfer to get over to Auburn, maybe. This guy, potentially following his head coach to Michigan State. We got DJU. So Jared, you were kind of a Michigan State fan.
That would be
really good head coach.
Crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
Jonathan Smith, really good head coach hire.
Yes, it was. It was a good hire.
Because Oregon State's
we
freshman 4-star Aiden Childs also entered the portal. And I don't expect them both to follow Jonathan Smith to MSU because one of them's not going to start then. So I think DJU most likely finds a different spot.
That's true.
And I think Aiden Childs is probably your guy who played really well in limited time this year. So, but DJU, number 6, he's really good. Well, at least this year he was good. No. This one surprised me, actually. Will Howard for Kansas State. He's actually good. He's actually good. And Kansas State's good.
Yeah, it is.
This one did surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's nothing special, but he gets the job done, and he played really well last year when Adrian Martinez went down.
Exactly.
This year, Kansas State wasn't as good, but they were still competing in the Big 12. But I mean, so there's a lot of good transfer portal. Somebody's gonna get just good veteran QBs out of this portal this year, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
We have a number 4, 5-star true freshman Dante Moore leaving UCLA. Still not official if Chip Kelly got fired or not, but Dante Moore is leaving anyways. He was down to like Oregon and LSU and Michigan State in his recruitment. So he was a former Oregon commit, so maybe one of those teams potentially.
Mm-hmm. And he'd be out west still.
He is.
That's how much he likes that culture.
He is really talented.
He is.
Struggled at times, but he's a freshman. We'll cut him a break.
Yeah.
This guy, Riley Leonard, he's pretty much been rumored as a lock to Notre Dame, but
I can see it.
He is really, really good. He had a lot of draft hype at the beginning of the season, and then he got injured. And
yeah, it just depends on how strong he comes back or how strong he feels.
Going to Notre Dame, kind of what they did with Sam Hartman this last year, I think Riley Leonard fits that.
Yeah.
I am surprised, though, he's not following his head coach to Texas A&M.
That's true.
I figured that he would follow it to the SEC, but I guess not. Number 2, we got Cam Ward, my guy.
He loves Cam Ward.
This dude is so special, man. He's so good at football. Like, whoever gets him, and I'm thinking right now, at least in my mind, I think it's about Texas A&M and Ohio State.
Yeah.
I have heard rumors that he's a silent Ohio State commit. We'll see if that holds any truth. But my God, bro, if the Buckeyes get Cam Ward, they're my national champion favorites. Cam Ward is so good, dude. I've been saying all year, he gets no help at Washington State. Like, the O-line is awful. He's running for his life. The wide receivers are okay. They actually did have some talent at wide receiver, but, man, Cam Ward, you give him, like, a good team, like, good O-line with good wide receivers, this dude is going to be insane. Like, he might be my Heisman pick for next year, depending.
Oh, my goodness. This is...
Dude, because he was already in the running this year.
Like,
Through mid-season, Cam Ward was going to New York if you ended at mid-season.
That's true.
I mean,
who'd you rather win Heisman, Jaden Daniels or Cam Ward?
Well,
if you had to choose,
is going to win it this year. So
okay, yes, but I know. Okay, yeah, but like, I'm just saying in a hypothetical scenario, if you had to pick one of the two, who'd you rather see win?
I'll pass.
I'll pass. That's crazy.
I'll pass. Number 1, Dylan Gabriel. This one surprised me the most, for sure. Because you're the established starter at Oklahoma, one of the top programs in the country, and
that's kind of weird.
After beating Texas? I mean, I don't...
Unless he doesn't see the future.
Well, I'm thinking maybe, like, they had that 5-star come in last year, Jackson Arnold. Maybe they think he's the future, and the coaching staff kind of told Gabriel that you're not the guy, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I did hear rumors as well for Gabriel going to Mississippi State to follow his coach, Jeff Levy, that he really likes, but...
We'll find out.
I don't know. There were a few good guys that got left off this list, like E.J. Warner for Temple. I know it's Temple, but, man, he's pretty... I believe this list was made before Aiden Childs entered the portal. He probably would be on there. I know that there was another big name that entered. Will Rogers from Mississippi State as well.
Yeah.
He's quite good. I think get him in the right system, he could be really good. MJ Morris, too, for NC State. Oh, my gosh. This portal is stacked right now.
It is. It's very stacked this year.
This is so stacked. I feel like there's no point, like, in even assuming that, like, a former recruit that your team got is going to be your starter, because you could just snag someone out of the portal.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
like an entire team, basically.
Like, LSU fans are assuming Garrett Nussmeier is their starter. I mean, he was a 4-star Louisiana native. He's waited 3 years to do it, but they could just snag someone out the portal and be like,
exactly.
I mean, I kind of
hectic.
I'm fine with Cincy either getting somebody or going with Brady Drogosh, because Emory Jones is gone. He's gone. He's done.
He is gone.
And Brady
the 1 week hype is gone.
Got all right time, and he wasn't great. We had that top 10 quarterback in last year's recruiting class. He didn't play at all this year. Took the red shirt, right? I'd be fine with playing him. Or you get a little transfer guy come. As long as it's not Kyle McCord, I'm fine with that transfer.
That's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie.
E.J. Warner,
but
from Temple, I would take him.
A Temple guy over an Ohio State guy is kind of crazy, but
okay, but I mean, he played good at Temple, man. I would take him. I'd take Oh, we'll see
I guess.
his quarterback, what he decides to do, because their quarterback went to Houston. He could also be a portal entry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Pratt. We'll see what
It
happens.
could be.
I think Georgia's backup as well entered, Brock Vandagriff. So it's so stacked, dude. I cannot even, like, this portal's stacked. So crazy.
It is so stacked this year.
As well. All right,
Crazy.
well,
Crazy.
we're moving on here. Last thing of the night. Our
It's pick'em's
NFL
time.
Texas Pick'em. We do it every single week. We're gonna do
Yes,
it.
sir.
We still don't have the records.
Oh, not correct. It will get done. Winter
Next-
break. Trust.
next week?
It's a hectic. Should be. After
Next
finals,
week.
we got it. We got it. We got
Let's
it.
do it next week. We'll start here. Patriots Steelers Thursday night. Jared, what do you got?
Okay. Do I trust Mitch Trubisky that much? Is the question.
Oh, Trubisky's playing?
Pickett was in a boot.
Oh,
I don't think he plays. I'm gonna assume Trubisky's playing. So I'm gonna take the Steelers just because I think they're just still better on paper. That Patriots team is so bad. But I don't want the Steelers to win at the same time.
I'm also going to take the Steelers. I just think they're better than the Patriots, even with Trubisky. I mean, no matter who the Patriots start, I think the Steelers win that game. That's like a 10-3 type game. So moving on here, Colts versus the Bengals. Bengals are playing right now at the moment of filming this, so we don't exactly know who's going to do it. But Colts Bengals. Jared, what are we thinking?
What was the matchup again? My bad.
Colts
Wait,
versus Bengals. Jared, your internet.
Okay. It is a little bit. I don't know why.
It's good. We keep that. We move.
Give me the Colts. Colts underrated team this year. I can't lie. Might be able to sneak into the playoffs.
They could. Minshew's playing well. We'll go here. Jaguars, Browns. Jags are playing right now as well. Browns, we don't know who the starter is.
If it's... I'm going to take the Jags. This is going to be the 1 week I don't take the Browns.
Yeah,
Hopefully
Jaguars.
they prove me wrong, though.
I will also take the Jaguars. This is a dumpster fire. Panthers, Saints.
Oh, give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints. I'll hope they finally start Jameis over Derek Carr.
The Jameis Glaze, unreal.
He can't do any worse than what Derek Carr is.
I want to see it too, though.
Bro, he cannot do any worse than what Derek Carr is doing.
Yeah.
Put in Jake Hayner at this point, bro.
Jameis is something else.
Put in Jake.
It would be fun to watch.
More NFC South. Woohoo. Bucks, Falcons. The internet is selling Jared so bad.
Give me the Falcons.
Falcons. I'm gonna take the Bucks.
It is. I'm gonna take the Falcons.
I'm gonna take the Bucks.
Ooh, I need Bijan to cook in fantasy.
Oh, rushing touchdown scored by Travis Etienne. I just got the notification. Need that for my.
As long as Calvin Ridley has not caught a pass.
Yeah, you're losing, dude. You're losing.
Hopefully, Calvin Ridley. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm gonna take the Bucks on that
It's
one.
bad.
I think they match up better with the
That's
Falcons. Texans, Jets. Probably Zach Wilson back at the helm for the Jets.
It doesn't matter. Give me CJ Stroud. Yeah, dog.
I agree. Give me the Texans here. This one should be interesting. Rams, Ravens.
Rams, Ravens. Oh, give me the Ravens. I think it's going to be hard for Stafford to move on that defense.
I agree. I will also take the Ravens. Kind of a easy pick so far. Only one we've disagreed on, I think, has been that Buccaneers-Falcons one. Lions, Bears. I don't expect us to disagree on this one either. Give me the Lions.
At the end of the day, it's still... I mean, the Bears showed they can hang with the Lions for a little bit.
Don't do it.
Well, I'm still going to take the Lions.
Don't do it. Oh, man. Oh, this is a little game as well. Vikings, Raiders. Is Josh Dobbs still that guy?
Oh, ooh. Is the Pastronaut still him? Great question. I think no. I'm gonna give the edge to the Raiders this week.
That was actually also who I was going to go with. I think Aiden O'Connell has been playing great football recently. So for a rookie, at least, he's been doing well, putting up stats at least, numbers. Seahawks Niners, Jared, who you got?
Give me the Niners. Big win last week. We're gonna ride it.
Pretty easy. Bills Chiefs.
Ooh. Give me the Chiefs. I think Mahomes gets his bounce back week.
We'll also take the Chiefs. We literally have only disagreed on one pick so far. Maybe this one? Broncos Chargers.
Give me the Broncos. I know you're not going to take them because they have not done anything, and you're still going to ride on that. So
I am taking the Broncos.
Yeah.
Because I said I'm not picking the Chargers until they fire Brandon Staley. So this one, best game of the week. Eagles, Cowboys, battle for the NFC.
Ooh.
This is a good game. Very good.
It's a very good game. Give me them boys, though. I got a feeling that the Eagles drop back-to-back weeks.
I think the Eagles bounce back and beat divisional rival Dallas. I think they're going to be
a big game
after that loss. It is a big game, big playoff implications as well. Another mid game here. Packers Giants. Jordan Love though is starting to play good football.
He really is. Give me the Packers. Cannot believe I dropped him in fantasy. Now that he's balling.
He actually is playing really, really well.
He is.
Yeah, I'll also take the Packers. Kind of a clean sweep of games this week, to be honest, because this one
really is
easy as well. Dolphins Titans.
Dolphins.
Give me the Dolphins. They beat up on bad teams. That's what they do.
Exactly.
But Will Levis has not played bad at all.
He hasn't with the weapons he has.
7
it's just
touchdowns,
not.
2 picks.
Besides D-Hop and Henry, got like nothing. It's bad over there.
Yeah, has Treylon Burks been healthy at all, or?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It's a good question. He's either just been really bad or hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like outside of Stroud, like the rookie play, I feel like rookie play in general felt like every position has been kind of down this year.
Yeah,
but
it's been bad.
Yeah, I mean, who's defensive rookie of the year? I mean, who's even leading for that? Devon Witherspoon?
Or is it still Yeah, I would say it's probably still Witherspoon.
I mean, obviously we know offense is going to be Stroud. He could win MVP pass for the rest of the year and still get offensive rookie of the year. So
that's true. Yeah.
He actually
can't catch up to him anymore.
If they win that division, I could see him getting MVP.
He could. He very well could. That'd be crazy though.
Well, MVP is so wide open this year.
It is. It really is.
Like, who even is like if you had to make a pick right now, like a prediction, who do you think you'd predict?
Yeah, I mean, I think if the Niners just keep winning, it'll probably be Purdy. Which is kind of lame.
I think my prediction I think
it's gonna be him or Dak.
Yeah, I think my prediction is Dak, but I think me personally, I would give it to Purdy.
Yeah. But if Dak wins that division, it'll be him 100%.
Dak wins, and he continues to. I mean, he's putting up numbers.
Yeah, he really is.
Which is surprising, and he's not turning the ball over either, which is also. Surprising. But yeah, down year for Mahomes, and Hurts is. I mean, he's alright.
He is.
What about Tua? I mean, he's putting up numbers.
That's true. I feel like it's just more of his. I don't want to say he has too many weapons because that's not really his fault, but like to not thrive in that offense is kind of difficult to do. I feel like.
Let me
even
tell
if you're just an average quarterback.
Jordan Love has the same amount of interceptions as Tua and only 2 touchdowns less than Tua.
That's crazy.
Tua does have like 1,200 more yards, but
yeah,
the touchdown wise,
yeah.
Jordan Love is there, man.
Packers could sneak in that playoff.
Dude, they could.
They might.
I wouldn't want to see it. Do you think Jordan Love has played his way to a contract extension then?
It depends on how long the extension would be.
They have not extended him yet. He's a free agent, right? At the moment.
Think they'll give him like probably a 2-year deal.
I can see
and
that.
then go from there. I don't know if you're going to throw that big of a bag based off 1 year.
He's still young. I mean, 24, I think.
Yeah, so you can. So they have free room to like kind of mess around with it, and as long as he gets opportunity, I don't think he's really going to care that much for money. Until
he played like really well, though. I mean,
yeah, but like I feel like kind of the being the next Aaron Rodgers is kind of like the step up that he kind of has to do to get that bag. I feel like because Green Bay is just so like we need another quarterback, and he has to be like Aaron.
If he's like a perennial like in that 15 to 10 range, you still wouldn't think he'd get that.
Oh no, I think he'd get it. I just don't know how much it would be. I feel like they definitely do the 2 year and then give him the bag, and then kind of base how much they give him based off those 2 years.
As of right now, he's looking like he really could be a top guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he could be, but I don't know how much you'd throw at him after one season.
Yeah, only time will tell. But yep. I think that's just about it for this episode. Chase is not here, but once again, just want to thank him for coming on for that early part of the episode. As always, you can follow both me and Jared's socials down in the description, as well as the podcast on both YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. Episode 10 will be out, of course, next week. Same time as, well, I can't say as always because we've already had 2 Wednesday uploads, but same time as most of the time. Normally Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern time.
It gets out there at the end of the day.
To be honest, I'm saying this now, and this video might have to be postponed. Tuesday is my travel day. So
that's right.
Tomorrow's my travel day.
You're already done after Tuesday?
Oh yeah, dude. One final, I'm out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got 2 more like actual. I gotta present something on Wednesday, and then it's just and then Thursday we just meet for English, and it's not really doing anything too crazy.
Meet, but not do anything.
Yeah.
Skip that. Take attendance.
I can't.
Oh, that's rough.
But he's making us go in at 10 and not 8 a.m.
That's good at least. Yeah, I have the 8 a.m. final tomorrow, so.
Oh, 8 a.m. energy drinks are crazy, I'm not going to lie. Yo! No way.
Gotta be awake for that final, man. Although.
There's gotta be a better option.
Jared, I forgot to tell you this, actually. But I also live recorded my reaction to the college football playoff rankings coming out and made a video out of it. So, if you guys want to see my live reactions to the college football playoff be posted here on this podcast channel, can we get a like goal, Jared?
Like goal?
We have not done this yet, and we average like 3 likes. So
okay,
set it
reachable.
Reachable.
Am I limiting number of options though? Numbers.
Probably like 3, 4, and 5 are your options.
We gonna hit 4.
4 likes. All right, you guys.
That's all y'all need. That's all y'all need.
4 likes on this episode, and I'll release my live reaction to the college football playoff rankings. I just set my phone up in front of my TV and edited it down into a video. It actually turned out to be a good video, though.
That's peak recording, I can't lie.
Turned out to be a good video. So if you guys want to see that, 4 likes, you heard it here from the man, Jared. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. You got anything else for us, Jared?
I don't got anything.
All right, well, we will see you all next week.
Indeed.